Hi, I'm Donald McIntyre, founder of Etherplan and Ethereum Classic volunteer. This video is about my price prediction of Ethereum Classic to 1000 and that everything is going as planned. The first part of my thesis is that Ethereum Classic is going to improve its positioning in the market, specifically in the proof of work segment of blockchains. It was number 7 a few months or weeks ago. It was below Monero at Bitcoin Cash. Monero had gone up because privacy coins were going up, especially during the war in Ukraine, because both Russian and Ukrainians started to use more privacy coins to move money around the world. And that increased demand for coins like Monero and Zcash. So Monero had gone up above Ethereum Classic. But in the last few weeks, Ethereum Classic has been going up for several reasons that I'm going to talk about now. The important thing is that in terms of positioning, Ethereum Classic has gone up from number 7 to number 5 in the ranks of the proof of work blockchains in the world, and is very close to surpassing Litecoin. Now, at the time of this video, the market cap of Ethereum Classic is 3.74 billion and Litecoins is 3.83. Before, it was hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars the difference. Now it's only $90 million. This 90 or $100 million. So it's very close to surpassing Litecoin. This is part of my prediction of positioning that when Ethereum moves to Ethereum 2.0, then Ethereum Classic is going to be the largest proof of work smart contracts blockchain. But on top of that, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, they don't have any other benefits than Bitcoin. So the market would recognize that a smart contracts proof of work blockchain is much more valuable than those coins. So I predicted that Ethereum Classic was going to eventually go above Dogecoin. So if it goes above Dogecoin and it's in that path, and I think it's going to do it in the next few weeks or months, and when Ethereum moves to Ethereum 2.0, which is a proof of stake system, then Ethereum Classic is going to be the second largest, going to be here number 2 in this rank, as the second largest proof of work blockchain in the world. The other news is that very related to this, is that apparently Ethereum is finally going to move to proof of stake this year. They have been moving that date constantly forward, but now apparently one of their lead developers announced that in September, they say September 19th, Ethereum is finally moving from proof of work to proof of stake. It's a huge move in the blockchain industry and a huge point in the history of Ethereum Classic, because it's going to then occupy the space of Ethereum in the market. The other point was that historically a lot of people were criticizing Ethereum Classic because even though it's the main chain or the original Ethereum blockchain with no tampering and no reversals of funds, and it respects its proof of code as law and immutability philosophy, that it was small and that it would never have funding or something like that. That has always been false, because ever since Ethereum and Ethereum Classic separated, Ethereum Classic always had funding from donors, and developers were always working on the network. My prediction was that if Grayscale, because they are a big owner of Ethereum Classic, decided to end their funding of the Ethereum Classic cooperative, because of the great positioning of Ethereum Classic and its potential, and because it was going to start to go up in the ranks, that naturally many other stakers would be inclined to invest and donate for Ethereum Classic's development at the core protocol, and also development of the ecosystem. And this, yesterday it was great news by Antpool, and also co-announced by Bob Somerville of the ETC Cooperative. There's apparently a teamwork between the two entities, so it's a great job by Bob Somerville and the ETC Cooperative. A $10 million investment by Antpool, which is a subsidiary of Bitmain, the big miner equipment builder. And the mining pool is throwing its weight behind the Ethereum offshoot, Ethereum Classic, that will continue to mine using proof of work. So this is huge news, and it confirms the natural organic growth and trends that are going to be in Ethereum as it gets recognized after Bitcoin as the second most valuable blockchain in the world, because it's going to not only be digital gold just like Bitcoin, because they have the same monetary policy, the same principles, the same philosophy, but it's also programmable, so it can store and execute smart contracts at the base layer, something that no other big blockchain can do. And the other blockchain that did that was Ethereum when it was proof of work, but now it's moving to proof of stake, which is a totally different model. I would say a totally different security model. They seek scalability and innovation, but they're really trading off security. So this is huge news. The things that have not worked of my predictions have been the macro situation, because the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, the European Central Bank, and the Central Bank of Japan have been tightening, and they've been raising rates and reducing their amount of money printing, and this has deflated the value of other assets like stocks, bonds, and crypto in general. So in that macro context, that has been dragging down the value in general of all crypto assets, including of everything, not just Ethereum Classic, but Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, they've all gone down. Bitcoin, for example, went down from 69,000 to 20,000, 22,000, which is trading now. But what is interesting of the price action of Ethereum Classic is that it's been consistently in the last 2 or 3 weeks going up more than the rest of crypto, that is recovering slightly. In the last day, because of the announcement by Antpool, Bitmain, and the ETC Cooperative, it's up 15% to 27.42 at the time of this video. In the last week, it's up 17%. As you can see, it's up when all the other cryptos are down in the last week. This is why it's climbing in the ranks. And in the last month, it's up 65%, which is up much more than Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, Zcash, and the other two are down. So everything is going as planned, in my opinion, about my predictions for Ethereum Classic's price rise to 1,000. I think it's going to happen this year. It's been delayed because of the macro situation, tightening, reduction of quantitative easing, and also the constant delays of Ethereum moving to proof of stake. But it seems that now all those trends are in the end being confirmed. I think the macro situation is going to ease maybe in the next month or two, because central banks are not going, with the level of debt of all Western countries at more than 100% of GDP, it's going to be practically impossible for them to raise rates much further than this. Maybe the Federal Reserve raises rates 3/4 of a point or a point this week, but it's going to be very difficult to continue raising rates, not only because of the fiscal cost that it's going to be impossible to cover just with taxes, but also because they may create a recession and they're going to be forced to lower rates again. So this is an update of my prediction. I think that Ethereum Classic is going to go to 1,000 this year in 2022. And I think that in general, all the trends are being confirmed. Thank you very much.